Hello everyone, welcome back to ReviloPlays Ori and the Blind Forest. We have climbed out of the Ginzo tree and we've got clean water. It's a real miracle. Appears to be my air meter. Holiday to swim faster, I will, thank you very much. Give me that air pocket. Can I get another air pocket? I can. That is wonderful. Thank you very much. Almost like the game designers know the limitations of their character and where to put the air pockets. I needed to jump onto that wall. I done messed that up. Okay. I don't know if that came through on the recording, but my screen just like blacked out for a moment. Oi! That's unfortunate. I don't seem to be able to make that. Ah, I see. We're manipulating the state of the level. It's excellent stuff. Do we have an objective? We usually do, don't we? Wow, we do. And the objective is to go all the way over there. So something tells me we're not going to be able to just run there. We probably have to, kind of sort out this section in stages. So, I mean, so far with this game, there hasn't been like too much confusion in terms of where you need to go. It's kind of like you usually have a couple of options available to you, and then once you get far enough down one of those options, you realize that you can't go, and it's usually not that far as well. I mean, I do kind of appreciate that, like in a game where you're going to be going back and forth a little bit, and you're going to go the wrong way a few times. There's a balance to be had, isn't there, about how far down that incorrect path the game lets you go before revealing that it is in fact the wrong path, because you don't want to feel like your time's being wasted. I mean, of course, that is what I'm doing, because it's wasted time, and in a way that's what we're all doing every second of the day. But you also don't necessarily want to just know exactly which way to go right from the off. Like some games you do. If you're playing Mario, for instance, like go to the right, forehead. Okay, yeah, that was bad. But a game like this where exploration is part of it, the exploration is kind of cheapened if you just know immediately where to go every time. So without any kind of trial and error. So there's a lot of things that go into making a game feel not only fair, but kind of like it's respecting your time, but also, and I think this is the key difference, it respects your time, but also sort of demands that you respect its time, if that makes any kind of sense. Like it is, I can appreciate and respect a game that is willing to make you go the wrong way for a while and flounder around, not knowing where to go necessarily. Although that isn't necessarily the most respectful of a player's time. But of course, it doesn't actually make any sense to make a game that is that way, because what that game would be like a single button that just says win the game. And that's not even really a game. So in a sense, game design in and of itself is actually kind of about setting obstacles, which by their nature are going to take some kind of effort, inconvenience, and time from the player. So apparently we've come into today's episode with it's gone straight into a discussion about fundamentals of game design. I've said before, I don't get to choose You know, I don't choose what we talk about. Essentially what happens is I begin making noises, and you know, as much as possible I try to make those noises recognizable words, generally in the English language, on account of that being the only one I actually speak. And as much as it might be more impressive if I was some kind of polyglot to make this a multilingual Let's Play, actually probably not that helpful. Somewhat alienating. You know, if for example I just dropped an episode in which I spoke nothing but Spanish, or even an episode in which I sort of moved between a number of different languages, you know, I've set a precedent at this point that I only speak English. Now, luckily, that is a precedent which I have no trouble upholding, on account of the fact that I would have a lot of trouble not upholding it. But that, you know, that's the way of things. So, as I say, and as I have seemed to have said lots of times, that is the situation we find ourselves in. The question, I'm actually going to save here. I'm assuming I cannot save under the water. That just seems, you know, I think we can agree that just seems unlikely to work. I pushed that too much, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to just take that opportunity to kill the sea mine thing. Sea mine! And, a load of old junk! This is a load of old junk. I haven't got enough. I haven't got enough, and I'm going to die. It's okay, friends. We averted death. Ooh, that was close, wasn't it? We'll save after collecting the second keystone, and we're actually going to nope out of there. Oh, map fragment. You love to see a map fragment every now and again. Not quite sure where it needs to go. Does it? I thought this revealed everything. That one's been done, it looks like. Maybe it only reveals things that have been revealed. Does that make sense? I actually think it categorically doesn't. But I think you understand what I'm saying. It only reveals icons in the sections of the map that have been revealed. Please, make it. Oh, I drowned. What a way to go. And I can't even say that the game isn't fair with, you know, how much air I have, because there's a gauge right there. Where was the door? Oh, the door's literally right next to where we spawned in, isn't it? I remember seeing it, I do. There it is. I've collected 200 energy shards. I'm something of a power player, I'll have you know. I'm actually not sure if that overlay comes up on the screen, but that being that you heard was for an achievement called Power Player. So, it's official, I'm a power player now. In the power rankings, I know I'm up there. I suppose of the people playing Ori on this save, I am by default number 1. I do sort of wonder if these enemies need to be there. You know, how much are they really adding to the gameplay experience? I sort of got to them, you hit X a few times, you know, they eventually die. I like, you know, the enemies that you use for things that get incorporated into platform puzzles. That's really good. But like, enemies that are just sort of there to be enemies. I must admit, I don't think they add too much to the game, but that's okay. Not every game has to be perfect. I would in fact venture to say that no game is perfect. Maybe Maybe something like Tetris or Mega Man 2. It's pretty close. The first portal, maybe, is... Oh, I can't make it. Oh, I can make it. About to get a new ability. Elo was the stoutest of all spirits, the most powerful ever seen. Now here he rests, turned into an astral tree, and I am going to essentially suck his magic light blood and take his powers. That's what I'm going to do. Yep, there we go. Absorbing him. His memory be damned. I want to be able to stomp. Let me stomp. To use this ability, press A to leap into the air, and then point the analog stick down to dive powerfully towards the ground. Let's give that a go. Okay, I've jumped into the air with A. That's the first step. And I've dived into... Yeah. As you can see, I've dived powerfully into the ground. Powerfully enough, in fact, to break through stone. I mean, that's really something else. And now, of course, we have a nice little platforming section where the stomp attack will be made use of. And we will see the various situations in which it can be utilized. Standard tutorializing. Oh, hello. Nailed it. Beat the rhino boy, I did. Feel pretty good about it as well. Now, I assume that now lets me access something. Not quite sure why I elongated the sum on something. Ah! I can go down here now, I assume. That's excellent. Now, I actually am not sure what is offered extra by the definitive edition of this game. That is the version, of course, I'm playing. But is there another area, perhaps, that I've never seen? That would be nice. Okay. Where's my map fragment gone? Are you telling me? Are you literally sitting here and telling me to my face that I did not get the map fragment? Did I get the map fragment and then I died and I mistakenly thought that it had put me back to a checkpoint that I made post map fragment acquisition, when in fact it was anything but. It was in fact pre map fragment acquisition. This is difficult news. I might need a moment. So, this does feel like wasting time. But there's no one but myself to blame. Of course, you can blame me as well. That's actually what makes this worse. If this was a private playthrough, I could just never tell anybody about this. I could just never speak of this map fragment debacle ever again. But as it is, Mapgate will forever go down in the annals of YouTube. So, did we go up this way and collect this, or did we forget to do that as well? You see, I'm doubting myself now. I need to have more faith. Not only have I wasted time going back to get the map fragment, which I should have got the first time, I've wasted time going to get that, which I did get the first time. It's a kerfuffle. It's a kerfuffle the likes of which we've never seen. And this, after I expressed that I don't even care about the enemies. and these stupid fish, and now they just serve to frustrate me. My friends, this has been a dark time. Give me that stupid map fragment. Okay, game. And if you could not kill me with your annoying fish, that would also be pretty swell too. I've been tapping the A button to swim faster, purely because I just like the little extra burst. But I think it's more efficient to actually just hold the button. Just in case anybody was looking at me going like, why is he tapping the button? It's faster to just hold the button. Because I know that, like, you know, that's the kind of thing people get upset about. So I thought I'd explain myself. We've inserted the map fragment. Well, fantastic. You know, otherwise, if it weren't for that, we wouldn't have known that that was there. I'm halfway there. I've just received 10 gamer score for restoring 50% of the map. Ow. So I assume that means we've done half the map fragments. Let's use one of these. Is there anything... Oh, I didn't need to do that. Is there anything that we can get for a single... Creating a soul link restores 2 lives. That feels very useful. I'm actually just going to upgrade this just to make dealing with those aforementioned slightly irritating enemies slightly less irritating. Pardon the interruption. I don't even know if you heard the interruption. I'll be honest, I'm not actually sure entirely how much background noise my microphone picks up. So, you know, probably something I should know. I can't get back up there, can I? But if you're wondering what the commotion was about, my partner came into the room to collect something. I know, I'm pretty mad about it too. It's inconsiderate, and like, she walks around like she lives here or something. You know, just make yourself at home, why don't you? Jeez. She of course does live here. I realise now that you actually don't know. You didn't actually know that necessarily. So, okay. So we went down the first time, and really all it did was just take us back around on a wild goose chase, and we didn't even find any wild geese. Yeah, I'll go down here. Yep. That's what I thought was down there. That's why I went down there. Get me through the stones. How much damage does this do to an enemy such as the... Oh, quite a bit. Yeah, it's quite a nice little attack, that. Let's try this again. Those are definitely just one hits. I thought maybe I had reduced health. But it's just those are one hit spikes. I wonder if I can actually make that with my current move set. Perhaps that is what that... oh, I'm terrible. That air dash that we've spoken about in the past, maybe that's what that is. Which is still slightly upsetting to me because I essentially wasted an ability point on it when I could have got something else. 2 ability points in fact. But you know, all will come good eventually because I will gain the ability to do it. So, and then we'll be thinking like, oh god, I'm so clever that I got that now because now I don't have to now I don't have to pay the cost to unlock that level. Blah, 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 blah. I'm sorry, my tongue betrayed me. This episode's felt like slow progress. You know, I feel usually in this amount of time we're sort of making a touch more progress. What's happening? I've been here. I've definitely been here. I'm currently in the backtracking phase, and I've got to go all this way. But where haven't I explored? You know, I need to find here, potentially. That could go, you know, could unlock some new path. No thanks. I want... Let me... I've just come out of the Ginzo tree. Do I need to go up? Surely I don't need to go up it again. And I've done 96% of everything in there. So... this all appears to be a closed system. So I don't think we need to go to the right. I think what we should be doing is... and again, all closed. We can see dead ends everywhere. Why don't we try and find a warp point? Perhaps that's what's required. They haven't been useful so far. We could try and find a warp point and go back to as far over this way as we can and go from there. We're just going to keep moving left, I think, is going to be my... Okay. My approach is going to be to keep moving left just because that's kind of the way we need to go eventually. And we're going to see where we get with it. I'm going to look at this again. No, I don't think... that doesn't feel gettable, or I'm not going to waste my time trying to work out why I can't get to it. What happens down here? Is down a better route to go left? We can go down and then go through here. Maybe. This requires going up around to that map fragment. Let's try down. Oh no. Yeah, I've made it. I feel as though the journey back through... yeah, I mean... let's just try this. I feel as though the journey back through may reveal some extra sort of secrets and stuff that we weren't able to do before, but I think I'm going to take the warp. To the Hollow Grove. Let's warp to the Hollow Grove, and we'll see what we can do from here. Oh, do you remember being back here? I remember being back. Look at this. Immediately. Oh, and of course, there's also that rhino laser section that we spent a really long time on before and got essentially nowhere with. Well, we got there, but, you know, it actually just wasn't right. That's good. Okay, these birds are quite dangerous. I could definitely do with some health. Things have stepped up a notch in terms of the enemy density, it has to be said. I gained an ability point, which is excellent news. We're going to do that. We're going to get that one, because it just gives us more flexibility in terms of gaining health when need be. I do find Ori incredibly satisfying to move around. I think it's maybe the animations that do it. We've been in here. I'm sure we've been in... No, we haven't. This is a new area, isn't it? But we've seen something like this. You may recall. I definitely recall seeing something like that. We now know that they're switches. I didn't know at the time that they were switches. I know now that they are switches. Isn't learning fun? I've died. It's okay, we can say it. I haven't got to, you won't offend me. I made a mistake and I died. There. I've said it. Is that so hard? I don't know why I went that way to go back up through the precarious bird situation when it was, you know, just as possible to just climb back up this wall and much easier, and then I could save my game again. Yeah, you understand that was better. You live and learn, or I suppose in the case of computer games, you die and you learn. That hurt, sir. If you would mind not doing that again. The bash move is like incredibly helpful. I put myself in a sticky situation there because it essentially just allows you to fully negate any damage that you might otherwise take if timed correctly, and that's an invaluable tool. I caused an enemy to destroy itself, if anyone wondered what that ping was for. It also caused a lovely little frame drop. So I really ought to turn those off, and I believe I actually said this in the very first episode of this Let's Play. One of the first things I think that happened was that I said that I should turn the achievements off. And evidently I haven't done it. And we're now, I don't even know what episode this is, 6 episodes deep maybe. Okay. I wanted to get through that door. Not the door. The wall. You understood me. You understood me. Don't try and pretend like you didn't, because I know that you did. It can't be done. I thought, maybe the bird itself is strong enough to break through it if I dodge out of the way at the right time. I'm going to save before doing that because it's a precarious maneuver. It's definitely dangerous. Ow. Ow. Hello, birdie. Have you come back? The bird has not come back. So it would appear that that ability point is remaining out of my grasp for the time being. That's fine. You know, I'm not so childish as to get upset about something like that. That's probably not true. I probably am childish enough, but in this instance, I understand. I'm actually going to do this, and because of our new ability, I'm not even doing it for the save. I'm doing it for the health. I mean, what a fantastic purchase that was. Already paying dividends. You know, it's possible that we could have actually died in that climb and had to have gone back. But we didn't, because of some very wisely spent ability points. Oh. We found the big bird. As long as Kuro is out there, the path to the misty woods will be blocked. But look up there, we might be able to distract her if we loosen that rock. It's a good idea. It's as good. It's, you know, it's as good idea as any. And it's really the only one we've got. Please dive at me. Okay, so I understand the situation. The bird kills you in one hit. As they say. The path is blocked. I'll stick a save point down here. I know there's one back there, but sometimes, you know, with a tricky section, you don't want to have to just keep... Oh, so you don't want to have to keep listening to this. I get it, mate. We're on our way. From misery to happiness today. Oh, real clunker on the old head. Oh, that's nasty. That looked painful. We often get birds flying into our windows. You guys ever get that? Our living room window's got like prints all over it, which really, I suppose we ought to. It's just a sign that we should get it cleaned. You collect a Kuro's feather. To use this item, press A. And then press RT. Kuro's feather will allow Ori to glide freely or ride wind current. Gross. Yeah, I mean, it's probably indicative we should just, you know, clean our windows. But there's lots of sort of prints where birds have flown into the window. The haze of the misty woods deceived the minds of all. Those lost within were never found. This is when you play the Lost Woods music from The Legend of Zelda. I believe that's the Lost Woods soundtrack. And then there's a bit that I don't think I'm going to do. I suppose the insinuation there is that I achieved the rest of it perfectly. I understand that it's unlikely to be the case. Okay, can we get to that thing? I'd like... Ooh, see how wavy this is? This is trippy. Look at this tree waving around. Ooh. Ooh, cool. Give me that. Give me that. Oh, okay. It's these drugs. The shrouded lantern. This mysterious haze bellows out of its stem. If we find a way to light it, the path might clear up once again. So you have to burn all the drugs off. These hallucinogens fill in the air. I mean, do we think it's safe to say that this is essentially just an ecological game? You know, it's just a game about the dying planet and the way that pollution is essentially just an evil scourge. It's you know, it's a real game for environmentalists, this one. Do I need to use these for something? I can shoot them off certain places. See, it makes stuff like this much easier as well, this bash, because you haven't really got to worry too much about actually just running into something. Okay, that was just poor precision on my part in terms of mechanical input. Sometimes the thumbs sort of start to act of their own accord, or at least it feels that way. Mostly, though, I think we've been doing all right. You know, made pretty quick progress through the game so far. I'm not sure how much of the game we've now completed. I do not remember well enough to be able to tell you. Ah, of course. You see, this is... Yes. So they are no longer going to be very helpful in terms of the rhythm with which they shoot their sort of globules, if you will. I have to create the rhythm for myself. Very clever. I see you, game. I see what you're doing. I can respect that. That's a fantastic sound, isn't it? That spinning sound. Oh, we just circumvented this whole section. Way to go up. What? That was weird. Okay, we're avoiding the nasty bits. It's still trippy. Let's save because we've got a keystone. And, you know... Oh, there's another keystone there as well. And you know how frustrating it can be when you forget that you have a keystone and then you have to... Deceived by the mist, they were lost in the woods. That doesn't sound good. I am lost in the woods. That's exactly what I am. Oh. That disembodied voice has summed up the situation perfectly. Ooh. Atsu's torch. It was lost in this place. If we carry it to the shrouded lantern, it might show us the way. Is everything quite alright? You need a pen. What's going on? Sorry, just another incredibly rude interruption. It's I agree that it's unacceptable, but we all have our crosses to bear. Okay, that could have gone better. I think we're just gonna do it like this now. Alright. We're gonna look down at this again. He's gonna say the thing about Atsu's torch. If we carry it to the Shrouded Lantern, it might show us the way. So we need to get down to it. Let's save. You know, as always, let's save when we get to what feels like a major new section. We can't break through there. And for some reason that lantern doesn't really work. Okay. We definitely need to go down. But is it possible that in order to go down, one must first go up? The answer is no. The answer appears to be no, one mustn't first go up. One should, in fact, when one wants to go down, begin by going down. So that'll be a lesson to all of you watching. Yeah. Don't overcomplicate these things. If you want to go down, just go down, forehead. What's happening? This is really trippy. I mean, I'm into it. It's pretty cool. But but it's also very dangerous. I'm going to create a soul link. There's so many enemies. They appear to be multiplying to some... It's difficult to keep track of what's going on. Everything's shifting, everything's hazy. I'm quite scared. I appear to be taking a lot of damage, which isn't ideal either. Okay, we've cleared the situation up. We're going to place another soul link. Liberal saves, I think it appears to be the current approach. Good job we placed that soul link. It's getting worse. The shifting and the effect of the drugs is intensifying, it would appear. Just gonna drift on down here. This appears to be the correct way. We found another tree. Tatsu used to climb the mountains high atop Sorrow Pass. When her brother's torch faded, she fell to the mists where she lost her path. I mean, that's tragic. Now give me everything that you ever learned. I've learned climb. Press and hold R2 when you're getting to travel along its surface. Well, there's a surface right here. Why not try and climb along it? Fantastic. I thought maybe there'd be like a little secret out there. Is that how it disappeared? Is that what keeps happening? Oh, look at this. That's sad. It's just like a husk of what it once was. I've bled it dry. Oh, okay. That appears to be timed. Oh, it's with the jump. No, every time you jump, it changes. Okay, what's going on here? Yes, I understand. We go back up, and we can now climb the trees that were giving us problems before, and these new mushroom things have appeared. They definitely weren't there before, but okay. It's, you know, we're just going with it. We're just accepting what the drugs show us. That's unfortunate. It actually turned out to be very fortunate. I didn't even lose any health. This has turned out to be a longer episode. I'm sort of interested to keep going and find potentially a better place to stop than here. If I could stop taking so much damage, that would be helpful. The radius on that splash damage is quite considerable. Up we go. I keep thinking that I can bash that monkey, and I've done it every time, and I'm yet to learn that the monkey is in fact too far away to bash. I can't seem to escape that either. Okay. I'm not even entirely sure that this is the right way. I kind of want to go this way just because I seem to be... I could have gone up, but... This has got to be the right way because all of these things are new. That's standard logic, right? Have we got enough to make a soul link? We have. Let's put one there. Luckily, the double jump doesn't count as an extra jump, so it doesn't, you know, you can double jump between these things. I mean, these are quite pretty looking, aren't they? These mushroom things that keep, or plant things that keep growing. Oh no, we've died. Okay, up we go. Let's just take care of the monkey. Good stuff. Okay. Over here. I'm sure we will make progress eventually. There we go. And another keystone. As always, a saved game. And the feather means that we can make this. Okay, so this is now shifted and they just keep shifting around. Interesting. I mean, this section is very cool. I'm not quite sure how that happened. It worked out for the best. I don't think that's the way you're supposed to do that, because probably falling on the spikes is not actually what you're supposed to do. I thought that it would keep up with me. The game did not keep up with me. It was potentially foolish of me to think so. And I accept all blame. Okay, I'm not quite sure how that works. Because as soon as I jump, these things disappear. There's no move that I seem to be able to do to change that fact. Can I just make that? I understand, I can just run off. Oh, I've misunderstood the situation the other way this time. I tried to go slow to make sure that I didn't go too fast. And actually, there's a rhythm to it, which makes sense. That's poor platforming. Oh, I might have left that a bit too... we're safe. Okay, let's not spend any longer than we need to on this section. Let's just get that done this time, because... you know, no one wants to be here all day. Kind of already been here all day. There we go. That's incredibly frustrating. I actually was thinking of saving just after sort of getting to what seemed like maybe more of a safe point. Made the same mistake. My friends, I've done it again. There's like, for some reason, is something that's difficult to put your finger on with whether a section of a game is fun to repeat or not. And whatever it is, this one is not one that I'm enjoying repeating. I mean, it was messy, but we got there. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. I've landed. The enemies do a decent amount of damage. It's like half my health. I was trying to do a charge shot. I realised I didn't have enough energy. Okay. We'll take the bounce. No, we did not, in the end, take the bounce. Now we'll take the bounce. And then die. Absolutely. Very good stuff from me. Okay. You, sir, have grown tiresome to me. We can't do a save, which is what I wanted to do. Because, of course, we've used all of our energy. I feel confident that we are about to get to the torch that we seek. My confidence was misplaced. We're just bypassing the enemies now. Taking the old Dark Souls method and we're just running past them. Gotta go fast. It's like Sonic. The spikes are quite large. Thought we could make it. Turns out we couldn't. That was unfortunate. It's actually kind of easier to do, like, quickly. Make that. Wonderful stuff. When in doubt, use the feather. Just float. Much more easy. Much more easy? Much easier. To control. Do we want to go up there for anything? Why did I do that? Why would I put myself in harm's way when I know that the situation is that I don't have any energy to make a save point? Can anyone answer me the question of why I'd do that? I can answer it. It's because I'm just a silly Billy. I'm not even bothering. It's just, at this point, I just want to get to safety. We can get, if we ever need ability points later, we know where we can get one. Okay. I thought we could go down. I don't know why I would have thought that on account of the fact that there were lanterns there. But I couldn't see the floor, you know, I was curious. And, yes, in this case, curiosity did kill the cat. Well, what is Ori, do we think? You know, what animal group would Ori fit into, do we think? I'm not sure. Please allow me to make progress. There we go. Thank you. You helped me, and then you did me in. Alright, we have a goal at least. We are going to get the 4th keystone, and we're going to call the episode as soon as we get it. Because this has gone on long enough. I'm sure we're all in agreement there. How long has it gone on, you ask? Well, I'm sure the bar at the bottom of the video will tell you, but it's roughly 55 minutes. Because what we could do is we can get the keystone, we can make a save, and we're going to call the episode there. Thanks very much for watching. Click the buttons that I've completely lost the ability to use my brain. So click the buttons at the bottom of the video, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.